Good morning, everyone. It's Gabrielle, and today I'm going to be reading you another story based on one of my childhood memories. This time it's also based on one of my childhood TV show movies called King of the Railway. It's a story about how the steam engine kids, the very first steam engines, came to Sodor when the Earl of Sodor found them and brought them to their new home, and where Thomas and his friends adopted them and they became a family. Find out as I read the story, The Steam Engine Kids, King of the Railway, how the steam engines came to Sodor. I hope you will enjoy. Let's begin now. Ellison and Ellie were visiting their grandparents on the mainland. One day, Ellison asked, "Tell us a story," he said to his grandfather Edward. "All right. Have your father and mother ever told you about how they first came to Sodor?" Um, I don't know. I don't think so. Well, when they first arrived, they were just your age. And they came to Sodor when a dear friend of Sir Topham Hatt, Sir Stephen Hatt's grandfather, back when he was controller of the railway, an old friend of his was coming home to our island, who has been traveling the world for many years. And your mother and father came to Sodor, or with him, and with another friend of his. "Long ago," said Edward, "before there were any railways, the island of Sodor was ruled by a king named King Godred. He protected the island from invaders with the help of his army, and King Godred wore a golden crown. But one day the crown was stolen. The thieves were captured, but the crown had been hidden. It was never seen again. But the crown wasn't missing a long time ago. One day, we were all had to be sent to the washdown." "Why were you sent to the washdown?" asked Ellison. "Because it was a very special day. An old friend was coming home to the island." "The Earl?" said Ellie. "Yes, Ellie. The Earl of Sodor came home to our island after traveling the world for many years. And every station and every engine must look its best. We've actually never met the Earl before. We are very excited to meet him. Spencer was delivering him from the mainland, and he came to to the station puffing smoothly with the Earl of Sodor. But the Earl of Sodor actually thought that it was a party, and he felt like he interrupted. So he decided to let everyone enjoy the party, and he climbed back on board Spencer and he drove him away to Olmsted Castle to meet Millie. "Who's Millie?" asked Thomas. "Don't ask me," said James. "I've never heard of her." Percy puffed into the station. "Oh dear, sorry I'm late. Has the Earl arrived yet?" he asked. "Been and gone, Percy," said Gordon. "Been and gone." The next morning, Thomas had to deliver for some crates to Olmsted Castle. At Olstead Castle, Thomas met Milly, the Earl's narrow-gauge engine. I run the Earl's railway for the Earl, Milly peeped happily. Then there was a crack. Thomas and Milly turned and saw an open crate with a knight of armor. Thomas then remembered, "That's the same crate I dropped at the docks, the one with the suit of armor in it," he said. "It's very valuable, Thomas. No harm done," said the Earl. "Put the armor with me, boys. He can be my guard." Milly and Thomas laughed. "Thank you, Thomas," he said. "Oh, if I had King Godric's golden crown. That's the one thing that is missing to complete my plan." "Goodbye, Thomas," said Milly as she puffed away. "Goodbye." Thomas was left thinking about the Earl's plan and the King's golden crown. As time passed, all of the engines were really curious about what the Earl needed stones and why he was working for the dock manager for. "I've heard he was delivering rails and sleepers," said Percy. "You don't need rails and sleepers to build a new castle," said Gordon. "You do if you're building a bridge, Gordon," said Hero, "or a new station." "But why would he want a new station at the estate, Hero?" said Emily. "Barely anybody goes there." Then Toby puffed in with a very important message. "Henry's broken down. He's burst his safety valve, and the workmen wanted Percy to deliver his trains up to Olstead Castle." Percy was excited. He was going up to the Earl of State for the first time. "But Percy isn't strong enough to build such a heavy train, Toby," said Emily. "I'm only delivering a message." At the docks, Percy puffed in, passing Henry, who was on a siding with his broken safety valve. Percy has never seen or pulled a long, heavy train before. James was at the docks too, and Percy told him that he was going to the Earl of State. But James thought that he was the one who was going to pull the train to Ulster Castle.
Sir Topham Hatt asked me to pull this train, not you. But Toby said I was to take it. Toby? Since when does he tell other engines what to do? Hello, everyone. Sir Topham Hatt has sent me to take this heavy goods train to the Earl's estate. But he's already asked me. No, Percy. You said Toby asked you.
James stubbornly backed into the train to pull the long train up to Ulster Castle. But Percy and Thomas pulled in front of him.
This is my train! No, James. Sir Topham Hatt said. Hello, Percy, Thomas, and James. I'm glad to see you're all ready to go. Ready to go, sir? Tell them to move, sir. They're blocking my way. Please, sir, tell us who you'd like to pull this heavy goods train.